Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Tom from Gaming Entertainers, and today I'll be giving you my final thoughts on the Apple iPad. So yesterday the Apple iPad came out, and I went down to my local Apple store to try one out. And I have to say, guys, it was amazing. It was a great experience. It's a lot better to actually use one in person than to just see videos. Videos do no justice to how amazing it is to use one, guys. So, like I said, I'm giving you my final thoughts on the Apple iPad. Lots of people say that the iPad is just a bigger iPod Touch. And what I have to say is, if that's true, then why is it bad? The iPhone and iPod Touch are such great devices, and that's because the apps. Everyone knows they wouldn't survive without the apps. So why are you hating on the iPad? That gives you a better experience. With a bigger screen, that means they can make better apps, bigger games, better utility apps and stuff. So why are you hating on it? It just gives you a better experience, and not just, those apps, but like the YouTube application and email, makes it all a better experience. So why is the iPad such a bad thing? And you can get a 3G version, so you can use it anywhere like the iPhone. So it'll basically be like the iPhone in a way, without the phone feature. So what's wrong with that? I mean, ever since I used the iPad, this is just too small for me now. And lots of people will say that who actually have an iPad right now. They'll say, the iPhone, it's just not as fun to use games on the iPad, or the iPod Touch, or iPhone, just because it's a small screen. The experience is so much better on the iPad. And now I'm going to go into the applications. So, Steve Jobs basically called this a split between a netbook and a laptop. It's not a netbook because they're too cheap and they didn't want to do that, and it's not a laptop because it's not big. It's in between there. And I agree with that. It's a great device. It's great, carry around your house or something. If you have the Wi-Fi, 3G, go places with it, and it's light, it's easy to use, it's got your web browser, you can check your mail. Basically, you can do everything that a normal light computer user would use. Like the normal consumer uses a computer for just things like checking email, going on the web, looking at YouTube videos, or just, surfing the web. And the iPad can do all of that, and it's light and small. So, it could be for the normal consumer actually, except unless you want an actual laptop. And I think it's great how they advertise it, because it's just like they say. I tried iWork and the whole iWork suite, and it was amazing. So Pages is just, really good to use. It's hard kind of to get used to the keyboard just because it's so big. You can't really hold it in your hand and do landscape. I thought that was like impossible because my fingers aren't that big and it's just uncomfortable. But if you, laid it on a table or laid it in your lap, it would be great. And I also tried Keynote, and that was so good. It's just like the desktop version, and it was really easy. I can make a really good Keynote on there, better than any Microsoft PowerPoint one, in a few minutes. It was really good. And the web browser is great, very easy to use. It's just a great experience. I can almost go as far as saying as the web experience with iWork and, the actual web browser could be better than the desktop version, except for the size of the screen. It was a great experience. And the applications were great. Netflix, I have a Netflix account, and I got it at the perfect time. I bought it like right after the iPad was announced, and no one knew that Netflix was coming. So, and I'm going to be picking up an iPad within the next month, by the way. That's why I'm saying it's such a good time. And iPad experience is great on Netflix. You can watch high-quality movies, TV shows, music. It is a full-fledged, netbook laptop kind of device. I wouldn't use this 24/7 just because desktop experience is so much better. I got a bigger screen. Yeah, it's obvious kind of why. But for someone, actually, I would say for someone who's not a heavy computer user, who doesn't do video editing or any of that, who just uses the internet and, checking email, to get maybe an iPad. I mean, I don't know, maybe you don't like the whole touchscreen, but I kind of would say that to someone who's not a heavy computer user, because it's cheaper, and I would maybe, if I wasn't going to get a computer, I wasn't like maybe a heavy movie editor or anything like that, I would probably get just a high-end iPad instead of an actual computer. Probably get like a 64 gig 3G iPad. I mean, I'm serious. I probably would if I didn't do video editing or, YouTube videos or anything. So yeah, the experience on the iPad is great. And already there's over 1,000 applications specifically for the iPad. It's amazing how well the iPad's doing already. And people are saying it's already made 70,000 units sold. Today is the second day it's been out. Not 70,000, sorry guys. 700,000 units have been sold since it came out yesterday. That's amazing. It's such a great device. I've said this a lot, but it is. It's not going to switch. It's not going to get me to stop using, a desktop. Obviously not. That's not going to happen. But, now that the iPad's out, I'm not going to get a netbook. Because when I was planning on maybe eventually getting a netbook, not actually upload videos or edit, because that would be, impossible. But just, surf the web and stuff. But the iPad's better than a netbook in my opinion. It's better. It is. I would just not get a netbook now. Yeah, that's my thoughts. So I was talking to my parents because they, wanted to see it and stuff, and they were thinking where they work, they need, computers. They've been testing out getting, small computers, notebooks that they can, type notes when they're doing an interview with someone or something like that. They can type notes like that, and it can be, they're trying to find something light to carry around. And I was saying how the netbook the iPad would be a great thing for them. It's light, it does everything they need, sends emails, and they were amazed how well Pages and Keynote worked. They were amazed by Keynote and how you could maybe email that to people after you were done, open up documents and start editing them in Pages. So, for people who need to have a device to carry around for doing interviews, writing notes, or typing a paper on the road. Like if you're on the road and you need to be typing an article or something, you're like a website person, carry around an iPad. I mean, seriously, it's a really good device. You can type whole articles really well in Pages, and it's only a $10 application, guys. You can buy them all separately. You don't need to buy the whole suite. I mean, seriously, it works so well. I could see if your website, you write articles, then you could just use the iPad. Like if there's a news event and you really need to type it quick, pull out your iPad because it's light, easy. It's lighter than a notebook or a laptop, and start typing that. The iPad is so great, and with the bigger screen, it makes so many opportunities for better applications. They could have such better applications. Like I was trying Netflix application, ABC player. There's so many things they can do now with this bigger screen, and I think that lots of developers are seeing that now that these first iPad applications out. They're realizing how many things they can do. Like there's Plants vs. Zombies HD, and there's lots of Mini Gore, I think it was called, Mini Gore HD, and they look so good, and they could actually make full-fledged games on here. Someone was telling me how it could compete with the Nintendo Wii. I think that's kind of true in a way, because the apps are so cheap and you can get there's so many applications, and they're really fun. They can make such good applications now. Like, Netflix, you can get that on there. Hulu was announced. They not only those utility apps, but they can make, or entertainment apps, they can make so many good games. So, I'm going to get off the topic of games right now. My final thoughts on the apps are they can go so far with it now that they have a bigger screen, but they also probably shouldn't forget about the iPhone and iPod Touch users. Hopefully not. But yeah, so now I'm going to talk about iBooks and how it's competing with the Kindle and the Nook, I think it's called. Yeah, Barnes & Noble Nook. It's going to be a big competitor. And the funny thing is how Amazon Kindle, they have an application on the iPad now. I don't know how it works. I don't know if if Apple gets money from them for all these purchased books, because I don't see why, if Apple isn't getting any money for these purchased books, I don't see why Apple would have approved it. The application, I don't really know about that. I haven't read much on the Kindle app yet, but now there's a Kindle app on there. So I think the Kindle's gonna have some competition now. When I was in the Apple Store, they had Winnie the Pooh book on there, and it was a good experience. I would definitely like to read books on there versus a actual paper book. It was such a great experience. When you tap it, the page flips, you can do bookmarks, you can add bookmarks, there's full color pictures, and it was just a great experience. There's so many books on there too, and there's lots of free ones, ebooks on there. So the book experience was great, and the Barnes & Noble Nook and the Kindle are black and white, books. All they can really do is download books, and that's about it, and read them. The iPad, you can go on the internet, do music, applications, and read your books. So I think lots of Kindle users are going to consider switching over to an iPad, because your eyes getting strained, I don't think it's going to happen on the iPad. I looked at it for a while, and you can turn the brightness, you can adjust it. I just don't think there's going to be any eyesore on there. That's my opinion. But also the cool thing is they have pictures in the books like normal books do. I was thinking maybe in the future they could have like kids books so that you can read a book to your kids. This would be kind of weird. In the future you got this iPad and you're reading a kid's book to the kid, but you flip the page and the actual pictures, move a little bit. Like if you've seen Harry Potter, the newspapers, like they have some of the pictures move for a second and they just keep repeating. That'd be cool if they had like the pictures move and interact so that the kids could have fun with a kid's book. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Those are just thoughts. Could have happened though. So I think it's a good competitor with the Kindle and the Nook. Now on to my final thing I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to give my ending thoughts. Newspapers and magazines. I think this is going to eventually kill out actual paper print. Print newspapers are dying. Honestly, they are. But this could actually save newspapers from going out of business. Because with web news is showing up every second. Twitter, you can find the latest news in seconds, and then you have to wait a day to get it on a newspaper. You have to wait till the next day till it shows up in the newspaper. So the internet, you can get news so much faster, seconds after it happens. You can find so much news. So paper printing, like newspapers, is dying. Lots of companies are going out of business because of the internet. I think this could save them because they could put their newspapers onto the iPad and sell them, and then that could save them. They still have all the same people who are writing articles. They just don't print them anymore. They don't have to actually print them, but they, still charge maybe the same amount of price or still a little cheaper. I'm not quite sure, but I think that could actually save them. Magazines, I think that's going to be great. What I think is cool about both newspapers and magazines is what they could do is like in the actual newspaper there could be a picture and you click on it and a video starts playing, and there could be links embedded in spots all over this newspaper or magazine. So I think there's a great opportunity for those in the iPad. So I can't wait to see more of those. And I heard the price for Wall Street Journal was like $18 a month, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But some people, like adults, are telling me that, it's a good magazine or newspaper, I think. Yeah, and so it's worth the $18 a month for quality. That's what some people are telling me. Wall Street Journal is worth it for the $18 because of quality. So I just want to see what happens. Maybe they'll lower the price in the future. They're testing out. The iPad just came out, so they could be just testing out the price to see how many people actually get it. And if they got tons and tons of people, purchasing it, then they probably would keep the price the same. So this video is going on for a while. This is a pretty long video. So I'm going to end it with my final thoughts. I think the iPad is a great device. It's got a bright future, and I can't wait to see more. I'm definitely within the next month I'm picking one up, so expect an unboxing and review. That's confirmed. I'm going to be buying one, by the way. So thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thetomfrommyc, and gamingentertainers.com, and I'll see you in the future. Remember to rate this video a thumbs up, because I can't say rate anymore. Rate it thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Bye.